Keystone Cougar Half Ton. Really? 26 LBW. Another couples camper. Here's where your bat ray and your two 20-pound propane tanks go, and that is the Giggy Box. Should do a story about that.
Okay, let me interrupt for just a moment. Giggy Box, not Giggity. Giggity is another quagmire altogether. But the Giggy Box is an electrical box that basically simplifies the connections and lets you completely power down this RV, for example, like when you're in storage and such. So the Giggy Box was developed by Keystone. They have this innovation lab that does some pretty neat things. And it was developed by Keystone and is exclusive to Keystone. So anyway, that's what the Giggy Box is. So Giggy.
To explain it, Lucy. And here is your front pass through. I like the little shelf, the hairy cardboard hookups for some USB A and C and your tire pressure monitoring link. And then you have a power outlet over here, and this is heated. And then there's this port, which is on the starboard, but you could run your Starlink or whatever cable through there. Then you have your power. That's smart. You have power stabilizing jacks. Wait, is this a full auto level? Might be. The new lightweight plastic steps. This has the road armor suspension system, which helps to smooth out the bumps, but not as well as like a coil spring. But you do have Goodyear Endurance tires and anti-lock brakes. Very important safety feature. Back ladder, my backpack. Keystone has the power monitor there.
The connector that you see on the back of this trailer, this is developed by Hughes Autoformers, or Hughes. Basically, it's a company that makes the Power Watchdog and the Autoformer. It is nothing more than an indicator to tell you if all of the circuits are correct. So a lot of times at campgrounds, you'll find maybe there's a reversed ground neutral or all sorts of electrical things, and those things will kill stuff like air conditioners and such. And so what this thing does at the back of the trailer is if you get 4 green lights, you've got 4 good circuits. And if it shows a red, then you've got a problem somewhere. Now, this is not a surge protector. Even though it's made by Hughes, it is not a surge protector. It's nothing more than an indicator. Honestly, I would strongly recommend anybody who cares about their RV to have a good EMS, electrical management system, or surge suppressor is what most of us call them. My favorite is the Hughes, and we have an interview with them, so that's the deal. So this thing is pretty darn cool because there is a lot of bad park power out there, but that's what this is. So okay, let's keep going. Sorry for the interruption, and it won't be the first.
Rack and pinion slide, but dear me, who's the one who gets elected to go and pull those valves? Do you bring a limbo artist with you? And there's another one there. Zoinks. Bummer, dude. Check this out, though. Here's another port. This one's on the port, as opposed to being on the starboard. And here are all your water connections and tank fills, but I like how they have this little door you can open. and get to all the plumbing. And there's a water shutoff for each fixture, so if there is trouble in paradise with the water, you can shut off an individual fixture instead of having to come back from camping. However, are those PEX clamps on flex lines? I believe they are. Okay, let's go inside. Oh, I didn't fix the dinette. I didn't fixes the dinette, but that'll give me a chance to show you how easy that is. Watch this. I like this. It's counterweighted. It's all mounted to the wall. It's really easy to do. You just zip, zip, zip. Bam. That is easy. And then, of course, you have your cushions. And then when it's down, it can make into a bed naturally. I also like the blackout roller shades with the boxed edges. Got it flipped up. Can't do it. You have a theater couch. Directly opposite your TV and electric fireplace. Nice. And then right at the entrance is a closet here with a bit of space. Now this one you can get to the converter box. That's good. You have the weightlifter hooks there. And then up front, you have household and USB power outlets on either side, which is a plus. Good closet space. Hookups for a second TV if you'd like. And this one is outfitted with a second air conditioner. And right now, that'd be real nice. Here you have your washer dryer hookups or closet space and some nice drawers. These are nicely finished. And all the lights have dimmers. I won't do that to you by turning it on because it makes the camera flicker. Back in the main living space, you have this nice sized counter. And then there's, oh, look at that. There is a counter extension, a masterful one. With, you can put a trash can in there, maybe. You have a picture of somebody's kid. Maybe it's an AI kid. Maybe it's just an I kid. I don't know. Nicely finished cabinet under the sink and a lot of space. And then you get these plastic sink covers for cutting board or rinsing veggies. And there is a hook in there, I believe, where you can hang those. Maybe not. And look, they're soft close hinges. Unfortunately, you have the 17-inch RV oven, which I call Burns-matic because it tends to burn things. Big drawer underneath there, though, and a RV-sized microwave. Some pantry space here. And you have your 12-volt fridge. And it makes sense when the freezer's on top, they're more efficient. So, there you go, if you like boondocking. Well, even if you don't like boondocking. My gosh, what the heck is that? No, not me. The giant-sized mirror. Yehole. You do have a nice shower, and I like these Nautilus-style shower doors. They squeegee themselves off. Look, there's even a wee trash can. How nice. Magnets on that are pretty strong. It takes a yank to open that. And of course you have your porcelain foot flushatella. Nice open floor plan. You can get to the bathroom with the slide in. And of course you saw that the converter panel is right there in the hallway closet or entryway closet. So what do you think?
Okay, so that's what we have with the Keystone Cougar 26 LBW. Now, notice in Keystone's name, they say Keystone Cougar Half Ton. We have a whole towing resource at StressLessCamping.com. But basically, you could see 10 half-ton trucks sitting on a dealer's lot, on a truck dealer's lot, and every one of them could have very different towing capacity. And a big factor in towing capacity is cargo capacity, because that truck has to carry about 15% of the trailer's weight. So a lot of half-ton trucks, let's say it has an 1,800 pound cargo carrying capacity. It's about kind of typical. But then let's say you're you, right? Then you have your spouse. Then let's say you have a couple of kids, maybe, or firewood, or e-bikes, or whatever the heck you put in the back. Let's say you bought fancy running boards for the side. And all of that counts against the cargo carrying capacity, except for 150 pounds of driver weight. They figure that in. Now, I don't know, there's not a whole lot of those 150 pound people anymore here in the good old US of A where we got Mickey D's, but that's another story altogether. Also, your weight distribution hitch. If you have one, and probably should, that's about 100 pounds. So I encourage you to look at the door sticker inside the door jamb of any modern pickup truck. It'll tell you what the cargo carrying capacity is and what the pulling capacity. And a lot of people say, oh, it's towing capacity. No, that's just how much it'll pull. So look at our RV towing guide and it'll explain more about this. But I think it does a huge disservice for any RV company to say half-ton towable, because it may very well be, but it may not be, and to brand it like that, I think, is a mistake. Okay, so there's my soapbox. I am the tow police. So there's a lot I really like about this trailer, including Keystone has this place called Innovation Labs, and they have tried to resolve issues that people generally have with trailers. And of course, one of those issues is that floors rot, right? Well, they created this stuff called HyperDeck flooring, and it's an all man-made flooring material, and it's been really reliable. Now they have hyper wall construction, very similar kind of materials, but obviously you're not really supposed to walk on the walls. That's Batman and Robin's job. So there you go. But those are things that I really like about this. They wire all their trailers consistently. And when I was working in an RV dealership, that was really helpful, because since Keystone intentionally wired their trailers that way, they tended to have fewer wiring issues. And if there was a wiring issue, which was pretty rare, it was really easy to solve. I also really like how Keystone put a shutoff for each plumbing fixture in the cargo bay there, but I see PEX clamps on flex lines, so it gets downgraded in that department. Overall, I gave the trailer a 4 out of 5, and where it really did well is on, the wheels and tires are good on this. They are Goodyear Endurance tires with tire pressure monitoring, and it has anti-lock brakes. And if you want to see us go sliding down a road with testing anti-lock brakes, we have a link to that down in the show notes or right here. It otherwise, basically well-made trailer. I'm looking at my RV report card, like I say, 4 out of 5. And Something else to know, Keystone was really an innovator on solar and lithium systems in what they call the solar flex. So there are various grades of solar available as an option on this trailer. So if you're always park camping, you don't really need solar, right? But you can get a system that will run those Furrion chill cubes. So there's different grades or levels of solar available on this trailer. So overall, I do really like what I see here. I wish they had used a larger oven and more capable vent fan in the bathroom. The vent fan is a real easy thing to switch. The oven is not. And I don't like these 17-inch ovens because they're so shallow in height that your food is always really close to the burners and there's real hot spots and you can't get much in there. So what I would like to see the RV industry do is just get rid of those horrible 17-inch ovens in the first place. And maybe have a cabinet that's easy to switch out where you could put the larger oven in and then everyone's happy, right? Because I know there are people out there who never use their oven and there are people who really like their oven, like me. I've made pulled pork and prime rib and all kinds of great stuff in my 21-inch oven. Anyway, that's what I have for you. Oh, another thing. This is now using the Alpha Ply roofing system. And to me, that's the best of the membrane style roofs in the business. It is a very high quality membrane and the sealants that go with it also tend not to need attention. But as you saw, there was a ladder on the back of the trailer, so you can get up there. Also, looks like this has 2 Furrion Chill Cube air conditioners. I wasn't able to completely verify that, but they say 18,000 BTU. That's what the Furrion Chill Cube is. So there you go. Well, that's what we have for you. Hopefully, you got something out of this. We do have a weekly podcast, RV deals, discounts, helpful tips, and more at our home on the web at StressLessCamping.com. Thank you for spending a little time with me here. And most of all, stressless camping.